and you're listening to Communities Live on Sheffield Live Radio 93.2 FM with Andrew Tildesley and Susie Casson, and we're joined in the studio by the Glummer twins, Ray and David.
Hi.
Hi,
Here
thanks
we
for
are.
coming in. Thank you.
Remarkably cheerful for Glummer twins.
Yes,
It's a bit early for us, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a
It
bit
is
early, yeah.
early, yes. So I was going to ask, first of all, how did you two meet each other?
Oh, well, that was in 1970-something, 1980, 1979, 1980, that about then, when I was doing Circus of Poets and you were doing music for Circus of Poets.
Indeed. But
At Rotherham. Ah, yes, but
we then found out that we had met each other in 1969.
That's right, as part of South
You
Yorkshire
weren't
Theatre
born
for the youth.
then.
Oh, you weren't born.
Yeah, yeah.
The youth card, always playing
yeah.
the youth card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were both in the same production for
Tea House of the August Moon.
Yeah, for South Yorkshire Theatre for Youth.
That's right, in 1969.
in
yeah.
Rotherham Civic, yeah. And we didn't realise until
No.
decades later.
That's right. But we first started doing this kind of thing all those years ago with a thing called the Circus of Poets, which was me and him and John Turner, the late Martin Wiley, and Ian McMillan. So, you were in it as well.
Great.
Okay.
It's uncanny.
I know.
It's uncanny, David.
It's like I'm in the room.
Great, so you've got a really long-standing friendship.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no, it's not a friendship.
No, we don't like each
We don't
other.
like each other, no.
So if somebody hadn't heard of the Glummer twins before,
Yeah.
there must be one or two.
There might be,
How
yeah.
would you describe yourselves?
It's sort of, well, our tagline is sort of stand-up poetry, comedy and music from the Beat generation.
Yeah, so it came out of perhaps wanting to... most of the gigs we go to, we're the oldest in the room, so it came out of wanting to still want to do performance poetry about issues to do with being over 60. But since then we've broadened it to anything really. It's just what can you do with two voices?
Yeah.
And if you add some music to that, because Ray's a very good musician, I'm not a musician at all. So Ray's a very good musician, so if you add some music to that, that's yet another dimension, isn't it? And sometimes that's live, because he has a guitar, which he worships, and he also backing tapes.
Yeah.
So there's a mixture of all those things, but it's by and large it's meant to be funny.
And it's basically two-handed
Yeah.
stand-up poetry, sort of synchronised voices, sometimes talking over each other and whatever. I mean,
Do we talk over each other?
we sometimes,
Do we
yeah,
talk
we
over
think
each
we
other?
do.
Okay.
I mean, somebody very, very kindly, I mean, and it sort of sums it up. Somebody very kindly at Doncaster Folk Festival said there were elements of Morecambe and Wise with a healthy dose of John Cooper Clarke.
So that
and
kind of
that's
sums it.
probably about.
But you're right, it's a difficult thing to pin down. It always was. It always is. When people say, oh, it's poetry, you can see them falling asleep and falling off their chairs and thinking, oh, that's just going to be boring.
Yeah.
And it's going to be all sort of deep and personal and meaningful. And it isn't at all. It's meant to be funny. It certainly isn't.
It's certainly not meaningful.
But you can have a lot of fun with two voices doing different rhythms and stuff like that, can't you?
You can, yeah.
Different.
So do you always write together?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Well, we sometimes just sit down and say, right, we've got a topic, let's try and bang something together. More often than not, David will come along and say, I've got this idea, I've got a bit of a verse,
Yeah.
can we work on it? Or
The other
it'll
way
work
around.
the other way
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
You know, I'll come up with, I've got a bit of an idea, and we'll both work on that sort of thing. And I do
That's
it.
right, yeah.
That's how it seems to work.
Yeah.
And do you rehearse quite a lot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we're no good. We forget.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to. You know, it's. I mean, I work a lot in schools still as writing for children and performing with kids and all that. And that's okay if there's just one of you, because you can stop and you can talk and you can pick somebody out and you can all that stuff. But if there's two of you, if you're not careful, if one of you goes off on one, the other person feels a bit of a lemon stood there, you know, and it's a long time to be stood there not doing anything. So we try to work it out. So once you do that, you've got to rehearse it, because sometimes it's very quick between the two voices.
Yeah, fantastic. So you have an event tonight?
We do, right?
We do. If I can find it,
It's called Northern Swagger, and it's at the
called
Shakespeare.
Northern Swagger. It's been arranged by a mate of ours, well, a recent mate of ours.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Rob Unson. He's a sort of performance poet from Hull.
Yeah,
Well, when I say performance poet, he
he's
sort of does
very interesting stuff.
Yeah,
he
he does sort of almost like beat poetry.
He does.
over backing
over jazz backing
over
tapes.
jazz backing. It's really
He's very good.
It's really
He's
very
very-
good stuff.
yeah, he's great.
He's a great performer. Also, there's so he's on. He's got a little group called Anarchy Dada, who are apparently balmy, right? And they're doing a few type musical things.
If they can be bothered, they might be too anarchist for it and not
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
up.
not turn up,
We're
yeah,
not
yeah.
coming to do that today. We're anarchists.
And our mate Matt McAteer,
The great Matt McAteer from Chesterfield.
From Chesterfield is doing a set as well. I think he'll probably be doing his new piece.
Yeah.
It's called Techno Corrections.
It's very
Sort
good.
of this sequence of
Based
poems
on
about-
Faust.
Yeah, based on Faust, about this sort of dystopian,
Yeah.
not so far away future.
When everybody has to have a clamp
And-
so everybody knows where you are.
Yeah, and
looks-
this surveillance everywhere.
Yeah.
And whatever. It's a fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
he's
really
very-
good
he's very
piece,
good.
Yeah. So yeah, all that's happening tonight at the
Shakespeare?
Shakespeare pub. Yeah,
Great.
if you know the one, it's on Gibraltar Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they hold the regular
Scribble, it's called, isn't it? Scribble, it's called.
They hold the regular
Yeah.
Scribble poetry night,
Yeah.
but this is a one-off because Rob came over from Hull, did Scribble, did a 10-minute slot, saw us doing a 10-minute slot, loved the venue. I
Yeah,
said-
it's a nice venue,
I
great
said
venue.
we ought to do a show here, so he's pulled all this together. So that's 7:30 tonight.
Can I tell them about the text I got from my brother-in-law in Epsom?
You can.
Who said, "You've made it, Davos, you've made it. Shakespeare, Globe."
Yeah, yeah.
He saw your name.
Yeah.
He thought we were on in London.
Yeah. So anyway, that's 7:30 tonight. Shakespeare pub.
Shakespeare for
And
free.
It's
free.
free.
Free
You just
admission.
chuck something in the bucket
That's right.
on the way out.
Money, preferably.
Money preferably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely. And can you give us a taste of what you're going
Okay.
to be performing tonight?
We can
Okay.
do.
We have a piece with
We
us
have
here.
a piece.
A
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah. We'll try not to rattle the paper
Oh,
too
sorry,
much.
sorry. This is called Just Turned 60.
Yeah. Over the hill.
Past his prime.
No spring chicken.
Marking time, not the man he used to be.
Who are they talking about?
It's thee.
Eh? It's getting so bad that before too soon.
He'll be tilting at windmills, howling at the moon.
I've come to the conclusion, sadly, I just turned 60. I'm taking it badly.
He's just turned 60. He's taking it badly.
I don't remember how it started.
Well, try not to get too
But
downhearted.
there's an elephant in the room. It's dread of my impending doom.
A friend's funeral, a colleague's cremation.
Well, it just increased my trepidation until I'm yelling, screaming madly. I just turned 60. I'm taking it badly.
He's just turned 60 and he's taking it badly. Urbanity, finesse and tact.
They've all gone to the wall. In fact, if Brad Pitt called me up to say,
Hey, how's it going, Ray?
I'd say, to be quite honest, Bradley, I just turned 60. I'm taking it badly.
He's just turned 60. He's taking it badly.
I got an appointment with my GP.
Told him you were all at sea.
Yeah, I asked him for a diagnosis. He said,
You've got an acute
I
neurosis.
said, what does that mean exactly?
You've just turned 60 and you're taking it badly.
Just turned 60. Taking it badly. Over the hill.
Past his prime.
No spring chicken.
Marking time, not the man he used to be.
Okay, you've got it. Yes, it's me. I don't make this confession gladly, but I've just turned 60. I'm taking it badly.
He's just turned 60. He's taking it badly.
That's just turned 60. Story of my life. The sad thing about that poem is it was written 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So it's,
Yeah, so he should try being 64 already, shouldn't he?
yeah.
Fantastic,
Yeah.
thank you. It was brilliant. So we were talking about Scribble. And we have a lot of poets and spoken word people on the show. And why do you think it is so lively in Sheffield? For that
I
kind
don't
of
know. It's a fantastic. You're quite right. It is lively, and there's loads of good venues and loads of really good people performing.
Yeah.
Really are, and it's not just Sheffield because Chesterfield's very good as well.
Yeah.
'Cause
Hull's
Hull-
up and coming as well. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
in Hull these days.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why.
It's a wide. Can I say genre? on
You
the
can
radio?
say genre on radio, Remy.
It is wide, isn't it?
It is.
You go to a spoken word night. Every poet you see, just about, is doing something different with
Yeah.
words.
Sometimes it's really hard on political rants. Sometimes it's two old men being silly. Sometimes it's very feminist. Quite rightly, lots of very strong women poets. Lots of just different kinds of people doing what they want to do. And it's a very open and accepting place. And the great thing is the spread of youth as well. There's loads of kids because I guess having two universities helps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's lots of young people getting into it as well.
I mean, I think the other thing about it is in these straitened times.
Yes, there's a lot to moan about.
Well, there's lots to moan about. It's easy to put on, right? It's cheap to put on,
Yeah.
right? And because it's cheap to put on, it's usually free or very cheap.
And the
to go
venues
and
like
see,
it
sort
because
of
they
thing.
sell a load of beer and stuff.
Yeah. So it's
And it's a national thing as well. Like poets like Katie Tempest are very big, aren't they?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it is a national. It's having a resurgence
Yeah.
from maybe in the 70s and the early 80s when it was like sort of Seething Wells and Tiller the stockbroker, who, God bless him, is still going as far as I know. Seething Wells is, and all that kind of angry sort of stand-up has kind of moved forward into other kinds of performance poetry.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
There's some great nights. There's a great sense of sort of sharing, isn't
Yes.
there, and people
Yeah.
having a go for the first time.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it is a very welcoming, non-critical, friendly atmosphere,
Yeah.
which is just what performers need, especially when they're just starting off. You know.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic.
And, and when you're very old, you need it as well, don't you?
You do.
Especially a non-critical audience. They're
Yeah,
good.
you do, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are you off to Edinburgh again?
Yes, via Buxton.
Via
Can we mention Buxton?
Yeah, because well, we did on, was it Tuesday? It seems like ages ago.
Yes, it was Tuesday
On
night.
Tuesday we did Buxton Fringe launch event.
The opening party.
The
as
party.
it were.
It was fantastic.
It
We
was
had a
great,
really
great
good time,
venue.
Yeah, fantastic.
Underground venues, it's called.
Time. Yeah. There's about 4 inches headroom.
Yes,
for us, isn't there?
yes.
Yeah. So and we're doing there again on the 14th and the 21st at 5:45.
Yes,
And the 18th at 7:15. So
and that's
we've got-
part of the Buxton Fringe.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Underground venues. What's the name of the pub that it's in? I can't
it's the
remember.
Old Hall Hotel.
The Old Hall Hotel.
It's in the basement. Our venue is called the Barrel Room, and because it used to be the Barrel Room.
I expect they kept barrels there,
I
didn't
think
they?
they did, yeah, that's the thing. But if anybody wants any info about it, if you go to underthefringe.com, you'll find details about our shows there. Or go to theglummertwins.com and you'll find stuff about
And there's
us
lots of stuff on the Buxton Fringe. It's
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
very lively.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Very
of stuff going.
quiet, isn't it?
there. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And then, yes,
Yes, we're off to Edinburgh
Quite
again.
right. Then we're off to Edinburgh, and that's the 22nd to the 28th.
Week 3.
Week 3 for the
Paradise in the Vault.
Paradise in the Vault is the venue. It's just down from Greyfriars Bobby. It's a fantastic little venue.
He's always there, that dog, and he
it is
never
always
moves,
there.
does he?
Never
Never
moves,
moves. He's
no.
always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're on there for a week. It's an 11:35 a.m. show.
Yes, because we have to go to bed early.
Because we have to go to bed
don't
early.
we?
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that.
We are looking forward to that. That'll be
And
fantastic.
obviously, it's a great place to be anyway, because it's so exciting. The Edinburgh Fringe. We went last year, and Ray's been a lot, but I hadn't been there for years, and it was so exciting. We're
Yeah.
really pleased to be going there again. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
And again, supportive audiences.
very
Yeah.
supportive audiences, yeah.
And we've actually sold some tickets already.
And we've sold 6 tickets.
Fantastic.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just noticed you've got a review from Saga magazine.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Genuinely funny.
That's
Genuinely
what they
funny.
said. They did say that.
They did
actually,
say
yeah.
that. We were at a photo shoot and they
Yes.
said, genuinely funny you
Yes,
was.
yeah, very funny, they said.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brilliant. So, can I ask finally, what's the best thing about being in the Glummer Twins?
It's fun.
The tea as well. We have lots of cups of tea.
We have lots of cups of tea, but
Yeah.
it's fun. It's great to be writing and making stuff up still and performing it, and people seem to find it amusing and like it. And to start with, we thought it would be Saga specific, but actually loads of kids really like it too.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if they don't get all the references, they seem to think it's okay. It's like seeing their mad granddads. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. But it's great. I mean, it's great fun to be out performing. We've both performed quite a lot over the years,
yeah,
sort of
certainly,
thing.
yeah.
But it's great. There's a certain dynamic about
Yeah.
a double act
Yeah, it's
that,
good fun.
that is really
It
just
is,
really
it's good fun.
you know.
And you've got to have a hobby, haven't you? Some people have sheds. As I said to my son-in-law this morning, who's a wonderful head teacher, but also has a band. I said, your band, I said, it's better than playing golf on the weekend, isn't it? You know, you've got a creative hobby, you've got an outlet.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
The only trick we've got to fathom out is how to break even on it.
yes, money. There is, yes, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be really nice just to break even. Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, but never mind. We still enjoy it.
We enjoy it very much.
Yeah.